Today I want to talk to you about magnetic research that I've been working on for quite a few years. Show you some of the stuff that I've discovered. Some stuff that is just it's obvious things that no one ever talks about when it comes to magnets. So here I have a 1-inch shaft, and I have two 1-inch magnets. I'm going to get this other camera up here so you can get a close-up view. We don't need this here. Sometimes when you're doing this stuff all by yourself, it's a little tough to get really organized. So anyways, one of the first things I wanted to show you was this thing here, which I've done tons of videos on it. I really never talked on them, so I don't think most people even get the idea of what I'm doing. I do have a Gauss meter here. Get it turned on and ready. So this put on the Gauss meter there. If I take this rod here and check it, let me get both cameras on him here. Okay. So if we check this, I believe you can see the Gauss meter and the rod. Let's set this coil and move some of this other junk out of the way. Good grief. I'll pile it up quick. So we can see on this end we have a north pole, and then as I move this down, you'll see that that's south, and it's 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 south, and then finally when we get back to this, just about to the center of this magnet, we get our north pole reading again. So on the end we got north, and we got south all the way through, which I kind of refer to this as a trapped south pole, because both of these magnets are oriented to where the south side is connected to this steel rod. One of the things we'll talk about later here is south will travel farther through iron in Ohio, and I said in Ohio. I don't know if it's different if you go to farther south and farther southern hemisphere. I don't know. So it'd be interesting for someone in Texas to try this experiment later on and see if south travels farther through steel, and I'm going to demonstrate that separately here. So anyways, mainly what my main demonstration here is I want to show you that you can create electricity without changing the magnetic fields. So to do that, I have a coil that I wound up here. Looks like it's 1200 turns of 23 gauge wire, and I've got a couple LEDs on that, and each LED is hooked up in opposites, and I think you can see the wire, the 23 gauge coming from the coil going to the LED block there, or the connection block that the LEDs are in. So this one would be positive on this side, negative on this side, which an LED is basically a diode, and the opposite on this one. So you got positive, negative, and negative, positive. So again, that's positive, negative, and then negative, positive on the red. That will allow the electricity to pass through either one when I move this in either direction. So it'll move through one or the other. Of course, they are blocking diodes, so it won't go the other direction. But when we're making this electricity, we're only going to be moving this across the field. We're not going to be changing the field. So let me demonstrate that for you here. Okay. So you don't need my face on there anyway. So I'm going to drop this on here. And I'm gonna just start slow. And you'll see that we get a little bit there. Now, this is south all the way down. And the reason we are changing the polarity of this coil in relation to this south magnetic field when we're going up or down. That's the reason we have an LED wired each way. However, if you make this in a ring, which can be done, I have some drawings, and I actually have some prototype stuff I built, spent a huge amount of money on. So anyways, let's go ahead and run these up and down. And I'm not going that fast. I'm hoping you can see how bright those are. Let me get in there with the camera just a little tighter. Okay, so I think you can see the entire thing there. Maybe up just a teeny bit. Nope, wrong way. Okay, so there you can see the entire rod. My coil's still on it. And I'm hoping, like I said, you can see those lights. Actually, if you give me 1 second, I'm going to turn the lights off in here. It got pretty dark. So anyways, here I am moving this, and you can kind of see the speed, moving it up and down. There's no trickery, there's no batteries, there's nothing here but a steel rod, 2 magnets, 2 LEDs, and a coil of copper wire. And again, if we're only going up making the electricity or going in one direction, which can be done if you put this in a circular form, you are not changing polarity. By not changing polarity, you don't have any back EMF. So if this is a motor, it's going to run way more efficiently. And if this is a generator, it's not going to respond to a load at all. And I have tested these theories, and they do work. So